You heard it more and more, folks. All the other kids with their pumped up kicks. They better run. They better run, folks. What a great era for music. Late 2000s, early 2010s.
Just the whitest music you can imagine.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you're going to be scaring all the hoes when you put on anything off of Torches. Actually, you know what? Torches is pretty damn catchy. We recently got that Missy Mopena and I on vinyl. What a great album that is. If you want to take a trip down memory lane, early 2010s music,
What is
Torches
your
foster the
all-time
people.
favorite album, Fitz?
Sergeant Pepper by the Beatles, I would say.
Okay, Liam.
It's a boring pick, 100%.
It seems like a cop out.
100%, but I'm a big Beatles guy, so.
What's yours, Liam?
That's fair. Me too. I don't even know. I wouldn't know where to start.
So
Probably
up
something
until
by
about
I would also probably be something by the Beatles because I'm basic.
up until about
Like
90
Revolver.
days. Well, you know what?
Revolver
Rubber
so gas.
Soul.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is still mine. But
I'd rather be boring than be canceled, Jake. Get out of here.
that album's not anti-Semitic.
The guy is, but
Yeah, well,
I mean, at the risk of also being canceled, I mean, what a fucking album that was. But yeah, no, it's too bad it doesn't exist anymore, and too bad I have no idea what you're talking about. God, he really went off.
you know what does exist though, and was really good? Avatar: The Way of Water.
Really?
It was a spectacle. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Jimmy C, back up to his
The,
shenanigans.
the 3D is
Never
back,
doubt
baby.
Big Jim. You can never doubt Big Jim. He wins. He always wins.
He heard someone tell him he fell off. He needed that.
It's been 13 years.
Jake, I haven't.
He's just been diving around, going in submarines and shit, looking for treasure.
The
He said,
picture
"You know
of.
what's-" Go ahead.
What? I was gonna say the picture of you at the movie theater with the 3D glasses on and the popcorn.
Did you
We
see
have
it
to
in
do
3D,
something with
Liam?
that.
I did. Of course I did.
It was really cool.
I think the coolest part was like when something was like burning and there were like embers or like fireflies going by. It was that was the coolest part for me personally.
It rocked.
It looked really cool. They did it all on a computer, folks. Can you believe
Yep.
it?
Now, can you still not name 3 characters from that movie? There's Jake Sully.
I've got
That's a
Jake
dumb-
Sully
I think
and
that's a-
Spider.
Wait, who were your 3?
I've only got Jake Sully and Spider.
So
What
not
about
3.
Quaritch?
And they call him Quaritch.
His name doesn't come to me off the top of my head. though.
Colonel Miles Quaritch, and then of course there's Neytiri. That's Zoe Saldana.
Okay, Natiri was the third one I was struggling to pull.
One of the kid. Oh, Took. One of the kids is named Took.
You made that up.
No, and then the kid that has the voice of a 70-year-old woman in Sigourney Weaver. Her name is like Kitty. Like it sounds like they're saying Kitty, but it's like Kiri. But you roll.
Yeah, I thought it was Kitty the whole movie. Until
I thought it
like,
was
the
too, and
last
then I
20
saw it
minutes.
written, but it's an R, not a T.
There should be a Navi whose name is just like Paul or something like that.
Well, Jake Sully is.
Well,
That's
Jake
still
Sully,
his
yeah, good.
name.
Jake Sully.
There you go.
And you know what else? The Winter Classic. That's kind of Red Sox related.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say.
Break down your experience for us, Jake.
Well, first of all, I did want to get into that. I was going to do a little welcome back spiel. I feel like we haven't done this in quite a long time. I'm Fitz, a.k.a. Adam Heisdu. Unnamed FSG NBA team, that's a.k.a. Liam, and Jake DeBrusque, a.k.a. Jake Wallinger. We're Pot on Lansdowne. We're happy you could join us. Happy New Year to all. Hope the holiday season was great. Hope you're up a couple lbs. You all enjoyed your holiday season. I know I am.
I know. I know I am.
Down a folks, yeah, down a couple, buckaroos and of things of that nature. But no, still a good holiday season. Good to be back into the swing of things as well. Even though there's like nothing really to talk about for the Boston Red Sox, I do actually have a couple things that I wanted to bring up. But first, Jake, you were at the Winter Classic. That is true. Good time.
I was.
I would imagine.
Yeah, it was
considering-
great fun. Ended up being a great win for my bees. It was a little dicey there, a little touch and go, but Jake DeBrusque, he just kind of showed up, and we were joking, a couple of the fans and I in the stands, that the first 40 minutes the Bruins were just sort of taking in the sights. They were in awe. And then post-game, DeBrusk
Green
in his
Monster,
interview,
man.
post-game, DeBrusk in his interview said that, I think me and the boys were just kind of taking it in those first 2 periods. So actually that is literally what happened. And it seems like that kind of is what the Bruins like to do. They like to hang out for a period or two, vibe, and then when the third period rolls around, they decide, oh, okay, we should win the game now. They've been doing it for about a month now, so...
It's a pretty good strategy. It's the best of both worlds. We really just get to take in the experience of being a professional athlete before stomping on people's throats.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. I think that's
also, I met Joe Keery from Stranger Things.
You did?
Did you invite him on the pod?
No.
Oh, missed opportunity. Did you invite Blades back onto the pod?
Yeah, I did do that.
Oh, that's
okay,
true.
because you met him again.
Yeah, my tweet that I said Steve Harrington is a Boston Bruins fan. It made it to Joe Keery's Stan Twitter.
Well, yeah, what was the reaction?
They're pissed at me because I referred to him as Steve Harrington and not Joe Keery. They're like, say his real name. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay.
You're getting
say
it from,
his name, coward.
You're getting it from all angles on Twitter the last 24 hours or so, Mr. Ronger.
he's on a heater.
Yeah.
He's gonna fuck up the Daddy Vox bag at some point. With the rate he's going, he's gonna piss off all the Stan accounts.
Never.
He's gonna the big blue check marks. It's
no such thing as bad publicity.
That's right.
Makes you think. It makes you think. But no, Sophie also getting onto the big screen as well.
Yeah, she got
Classic.
on the formerly the John Hancock screen.
I
was
refuse
surprised
to.
Is the Mass Mutual?
No, it's
not.
not.
Up there
I
yet?
would have figured it would have been there tomorrow. They would have gunned for that, but I guess opening day.
I refuse to acknowledge the Mass Mutual-ification of that sign. I'd prefer it to be another financial institution.
I'll tell you what, they knew how to pretty up that. I mean, it looked like the dressing was beautiful. All the like the various Bruins and Penguins stuff and Winter Classic like banners and shit. It was really pretty.
It made you be like, shit, can't wait to be back here in a couple of months to watch a really mediocre baseball team. It's going to be awesome.
Probably,
Christian Arroyo.
I mean, without a doubt, I watched the best Boston sports team that will play at Fenway Park in 2023 last night. Without a doubt.
It's comforting to know that it's only going to go downhill from there.
Yeah.
I saw somebody tweet more wins at Fenway this year, Bruins or Chris Sale.
Oh,
Man. Ooh, that's tough.
Oh wow.
Garrett Cole, that's another one. Like that's
that's a fun one.
Combined, Garrett Cole and Chris Sale. It still might be the Bruins there.
Oh, speaking of the Red Sox, considering they hosted that event yesterday, the Red Stockings.
We should probably talk about
Boston.
them 8 minutes into this.
No. Well, I mean, we're still it's still Winter Classic related. But you're telling me they couldn't get anyone better than Tech and Wake?
Oh, I thought the same thing. Extremely embarrassing.
Like, no disrespect to them, but like Bobby Orr's there, Chara's there. Like the Bruins broke out the big guns, and you've got Tech and Wake.
Listen, Tech
was the
I
guy.
get it. Yeah, what?
Do you think they were obligated to be there though? Like Wake's a Nesson guy.
Well, I think it was just they
were the only ones in town.
I don't think it was like I thought the same thing. And Tech captain two rings. That's fine. Wake, love him. You're not that guy. I mean, he's not.
They were trying to stretch it during the broadcast. They were like, former Pirate.
Yeah, right. I remember. Didn't have his goatee yet.
At the game, they said most starts, and is it also most wins by a Boston Red Sox pitcher?
I think he's tied with Clemens.
He definitely has starts locked up.
He may have had starts for like those last 2 years when he was trying to get to over 200. Remember? I think we brought it up on this. But that was so sad to watch that.
Amid the September collapse in 2011, Wake's chase for win number 200, which took like 5 or 6 tries.
That was so sad to watch. I remember that. I was like, man, just like...
God bless him, though.
God bless
Do
him.
you guys think we'll get another knuckleballer anytime? Not we, the Red Sox, but we, the baseball.
It will be an anomaly at some point.
Who's been the most recent one? That Orioles guy, Mickey Yanis. I don't even think he made it to the big leagues.
Yeah,
I mean the last notable one being R.A. Dickey, right?
Guy blowing his elbow out or something, and
or this guy who's on the fritz. You know what I mean? Like he's like 31 years old.
Who tried to
quadruple A guy?
Fuck, who am I thinking? Some position player tried to come back in as a knuckleballer recently. Do you guys remember that? I'm trying to remember what I'm thinking of.
I do not.
I don't remember that.
It doesn't matter that much.
Great tidbit that you can't remember his name. It's all.
You guys all know.
If anybody knows who I'm talking about, give me a shout.
Anyways, maybe we should talk about those Red Sox. And maybe if you're listening to this, you should follow us on Twitter at PodOnLansdowne, at Fitsimo Pena for myself, at Jake Wallinger for Jakey down there on the screen. I know you can't see down there on the screen on StreamYard, but I can. That's all that matters. And at Liam Fennessy _ for Liam Fennessy. No underscore in his legal name as far as I know. As far as we know. Still took a week off, and there's not a whole lot of hard news for those Boston Red Sox.
More than every other team. More than every other team, I think.
Unless you're the Mets.
Well, no, there's really not any news there either.
Well, the news is that there's currently no news because there was news. Now it's the news is that maybe the news wasn't actually the news there. You know,
it was fake news.
It was fake news. You're hearing it.
There was one piece from The Athletic that came across my desk during the holiday break. And I, for one, it showed up in my morning newsletter from The Athletic, and the photo, the image they used as the thumbnail for the article was highly offensive.
It was the live Jake reaction picture.
The smiling one or the frowning one?
The regular one, not the director's cut.
But so the article's titled "Scouring a Picked Over Free Agent Market for Players Who Might Still Help the Red Sox." And the picture they had chosen.
Can I guess?
Oh yeah.
Can I guess?
I sent it in the chat.
It's one. I actually don't remember this. It's probably one of the free agents remaining.
Well, yes.
I'm gonna say Jose Iglesias.
Oh, it's so much worse than that.
It is.
Oh, no.
It's way worse.
Oh boy, who is it?
Red Sox legend Kevin Plawecki.
Oh, actually, yes, I do remember this. I couldn't recall at the top of my head.
So let me. There's only
wait. Do they actually pitch him to the Sox in the article? I didn't click it out of respect for myself.
They do. I'll be honest. I haven't read it in full. I opened it to see.
What?
Jake said I didn't click it out of respect for myself.
Well, I'm not throwing that whoever wrote that a bone. That's horse shit.
Yeah, no free ads.
Oh, we love you, Kevin
Plawecki to the Red Sox. Fuck you, whoever wrote that. That's absurd.
Hey, they did a Photoshop edit for it. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty clean, clearly.
Maybe if several members of the team die, then that's a good idea.
Jeez. Of all days to make that joke. Oh no.
Oh right. Oh no.
I'm
gonna
make that.
But anyway, the names in this list, there's only like 5 or 6. Let me just get you. I'll read them one by one.
Yeah,
I just want your initial reaction. One word as your reaction. Michael Wacha.
Now no. After the Kluber before the Kluber signing, I would have said yes.
I think they could still use. I think they could still use some rotational help. So I'd be like, yeah, right.
I just think he's gonna get. I think he's gonna regress. I think he's gonna get overpaid.
I'd bring him back on a 2-year deal.
I was gonna say 2-year. Like,
well, if
that's all.
Sure.
Everyone's getting. If you want a 2-year deal, then buddy, Chaim Bloom's your man. Like, because that's all he's given out.
That's his specialty.
That's his bagaroni.
Next up. The subtitle under his name is "The Best Shortstop Still on the Market."
Oh God.
Elvis Andrus.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no. No, thank you.
No. You are actually better off running Kike or Story out there.
I agree.
Yeah.
Next one I actually like. But for some reason I feel like he may have signed between this article going out and now. But Andrew Chafin. lefty reliever.
Yeah.
From Detroit. I like that.
Is he still available?
As of when this was published,
We're not
December
gonna fact check
30th.
Yeah,
he was still available.
I feel like we're probably done signing guys for the bullpen, though.
I think they've done a good job so far with the bullpen.
Yeah, I do too, and I figure I mean, we keep saying this, but I imagine there's some trades coming, just as far as like.
Pitching and
more so, I hope. I guess, but
yeah, we still got some time, but
yeah,
it's starting to. Okay, like if they're going to make that trade, and I do want to talk about that later on in the program. Chafin's a pretty solid lefty option out of the pen, though. I wouldn't hate that at all. Pretty solid guy.
I mean, I'm outside of like what other lefties do we have in the bullpen right now besides Jolie and Josh Taylor, who may or may not pitch this year? I don't really know what his status is.
Yeah.
I feel like we're missing a lefty.
Do we have anybody else?
Yeah, there's one more.
Or Darwinson?
No.
Oh God, no. Okay, so Andrew Chafin, yes, 100%. I'm on my hands and knees. Chafin last year, just for the record, if you're not familiar with his game, started out, or rather, he was with the Cubs in 2021. Then he was in Oakland halfway through 2021, got flipped there. Was in Detroit last year. 64 games, 2.83 ERA on a, what was his FIP? 3.06 FIP. So, suggests that, pitched a little, punched a little above his weight, but still very good. 1.34 ERA
the
plus.
3.06 FIP. I'll take
still
that.
really good. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like the 283.
Yeah.
It's just about in line. Technically it's, he outperformed it, but 306 FIP is still very solid. And the 134 ERA plus that, speaks to that. 10.5 Ks per 9 out of the pen as a lefty. That's pretty good. So I would like that.
Great mustache too.
3 walks per 9 though. So that's a little.
Ooh, maybe I'm out. I might be out. I really can't.
You hate the walks.
I can't do that shit again. I can't have relievers that walk guys a lot. It's so upsetting. I get viscerally like when relievers walk. I've said this to both of you, and I've said this on the show. I'd much rather a reliever get lit up than walk several people.
Walk everybody.
I get the sentiment. I don't know if I totally agree, but I get the sentiment.
Okay.
Hey,
do you want to fight? Maybe do you want to fight about it?
I don't care.
Yeah, me and you, parking lot, 7:30.
Yeah, it's so much less upsetting to watch a guy get
he doesn't
hit
have it.
than when he doesn't have it. Yeah, exactly.
But again, at least the strikeouts are there too. So if he is walking guys, yeah, that's frustrating. But he could very well go up to the next guy, just go 1, 2, 3.
That's what they said about Jake Diekman, Fitz.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see like the pitch tracks. Like, is he a nibbler? If he nibbles around the zone, and that's how he's getting his
so out on
strikeouts,
nibblers.
and that's why he's walking
so
guys.
out on nibblers.
I don't deal
You know
with
who's
that.
a nibbler, but we miss him and we love him? Eduardo Rodriguez, all-time nibbler.
Eddie Nibbles.
He was a big nibbler.
Is he back in baseball?
Yes.
He started making towards the end of the year.
He pitched in September.
Yeah.
Okay, great, good.
I don't know what that was all about, but shout out Erod.
Familial stuff, I think. I don't know.
I thought I heard that. Tough to speculate.
Hey, he's been through it. He's been through it, and we love him.
Yeah,
and we
100%.
miss him.
We love him.
Expected ERA for Andrew Chafin, 84th percentile according to Savant, which is very nice.
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
49%. 49% for walk percentage, walk rate. The 3 sounds like a little scary there, but I mean, it literally could be worse. I would guess that Jake Diekman's is worse. And again, he has some nice swing and miss stuff. So if you needed one more lefty out of the bullpen, I think you could do far worse.
How old is Chafin?
30.
He's not
32.
that old, is he?
32.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He feels younger than some of the other guys. I mean, well, we've been signing like elderly people. So
The geriatric
what's the average free agent at, like 37 or something?
that we've signed?
Yeah, Turner and Martin are both 38, right?
How old do you have to be to sign up
Chris
for
Martin's
AARP?
38.
Well, it depends on which Chris
Wait,
Martin
is he
you're talking
not?
about.
No, I'm stunned if that's actually his
I
age.
thought he was pretty old. Maybe he's not that old though.
Oh, he's 36.
Oh, okay. Well,
He'll turn 37 around opening day if you want to.
For a relief pitcher, that could also be like basically 30, 31 years old. Relief pitchers can go for for some time if things break their way.
All right, Liam, what's next? Hit me.
So next is a guy whose game I am not familiar with because he pitches in Japan, Shintaro Fujinami.
Yep. Well, I can't speak a lick on that.
He's coming off a good year in Japan, according to the article, and he throws hard. Sure.
I feel like every pitcher that comes over from Japan is at least serviceable. Does that ring true to you two?
I think so. I would take Sawa back.
I was going to say Sawamura at Fenway Park, not so much. Sawamura anywhere else,
like
yes.
I'm trying to think of Japanese. There's been some Japanese position players that have come over that have kind of fizzled out, but most of the pitchers are at least okay. You know?
I agree with that take.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know.
I mean,
what
sure.
else to add.
I know nothing about this guy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
we're
could
already
be-
talking about a crowded bullpen.
He could be Tom
so,
Seaver for all I know. I
wouldn't know him from Adam.
hand up. Wouldn't know a thing. I don't know who this man is.
After that, we've got another offensive one. Rougned Odor.
No.
The stinky foghorn sound.
Yeah. Okay. So I know that things are grim as far as the middle infield, like because Xander left, obviously. But I really do trust Christian Arroyo more than a lot of like the garbage heap guys out there. Like he can hit. I mean, we've seen it. It's not.
He was a monster in the second half.
Over Rougned Odor. Are you kidding me? Yes.
Well, like several of the. I mean, I don't. It's like it sucks that we're short a real bat in the lineup, but I don't. It's not. And he gets hurt a lot, but I don't know. He doesn't suck. He doesn't.
I understand the sentiment in suggesting Odor because like if you're rolling with Story and Arroyo, he's at least a left.
Yeah, there's gonna be some games. There's gonna be some innings. Somebody else is gonna have to pick up there.
But the alternatives, he lists them here: Didi Gregorius, Cesar Hernandez, or Fitz's favorite, Jonathan VR.
Switch hitter, man. It's Jonathan VR. Makes you think.
The only one I thought was kind of like I could hear it was Segura, but there's really no one else left.
He's going to play
there's trades that I would do, but there's no free agents left that I think are better than what we have right now.
I love how Rougned Odor is basically like bad Javi Baez with none of the appeal of Javi Baez on defense. Like Odor swings and misses, like swings out of his ass all the time, but hits like Mendoza line. Doesn't play good defense.
History will remember Odor though for that punch. Like
yes,
like that is a forever thing.
That you simply cannot put a price tag on that. You simply can't put a stat on that. You know.
He does
Javi
have the
Baez.
dog
That's a shame. You guys think he can turn it around?
I
saw somebody suggest we trade for him and eat that contract.
No, absolutely not. No, I
kill myself.
I don't know. I think he can. I mean, he at his best, like he is. And baseball fans use this adjective all the time, but it's true. At his best, when he's on, he's electric.
He's toolsy.
He has some really.
If Correa goes to the Mets, if Correa, he's got to be so sad watching Correa go to the Mets if that goes through.
Yeah, it's that Squidward looking out.
He's just rotting out there in Detroit. I mean we all were wrong about Detroit. We all thought they would at least.
Oh my god! I thought they would be
up
and up, and they're looking to trade like Skubal and
Scooby Doo.
It's just.
I mean that division is just awful.
It's true. Put the Angels in the Central. Maybe they'll make the playoffs.
Wouldn't the Red Sox have been in like second place like all of last year if they were like until the wheels came off? But I think we would have been in first for some of like near the deadline or something. I think it was like we would have been in literally in first place in the AL Central.
We would have been tied with the Twins for third in that division, but only 3 games back of the White Sox, who finished 81 and 81.
And again, you that's just based off of the record that we had on that year in the best division in baseball, probably. You know what I mean? You got to think, playing the White Sox 19 times a year, playing Kansas City 19 times a year, playing Detroit 19 times as opposed to just 6 or 7. You would think you come out.
I was reminded
over 500 there.
I had forgotten that the scheduling is different next year, which I'm very excited about personally.
Yeah,
I do think that helps us because we sucked.
Oh, absolutely. But even not even as far as records go, but I'm just excited.
You get to see
like an entertainment value. I mean, division games are fun, but I get sick of seeing.
I don't want to see Tampa or Toronto like 19 times.
Any less games in the Trop, that's good for me. You know,
that's good for business.
That's a win in my book.
I will go to bat again for the Trop here. I've done it before in this program. I will. In person, not that bad. It's still not great, but it's not that bad.
Those fucking cowbells when they play there.
In real life, when you go and it's not going well for the Red Sox, you want to like stab you want to like take a pair of pliers and pull out your eardrums because of the cowbells. It's awful. I went to the it was one of Wander's. It wasn't that first series when Wander debuted. It was like a month or two after in 2021. It was the Martin Perez implosion game. If you remember that in like late July, that was start of the COVID Sox kind of skid before they got back on the saddle and made their push to the LCS. But I was there one of those nights with my dad and my papa, and it was just going from bad to worse for the Red Sox, and those cowbells were relentless out in right field. It was not fun.
Yeah.
To their credit, ballparks that like aren't Fenway or Yankee Stadium or LA, like they need like noisemakers or something to provide an atmosphere, like
something resembling an atmosphere.
I disagree.
Yeah, like I mean, because like I think they do. I think they do
noisemakers
in Miami, and like that's the thing about the WBC. Like, there's all those noisemakers in the crowd, and
like all that, like
the game.
Like the Caribbean countries, like Latin American countries, like I like that noise.
Like
I
would.
Japan, they do.
Do you guys like the
in-game
music? Do you guys like the in-game music?
So I like it more when it's like coming like from the fans like that, like a soccer game or something like that.
Right, I don't need it like pumped in though.
What Tampa does,
I can't stand pumping.
Tampa does the pump in after every single pitch.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Drives me crazy.
The best thing about Fenway, and I get used. That's where I go to most of my games, so I don't even think about it. But I'll go somewhere else, and they're playing top 40 hits every 35 seconds. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah,
it's so jarring.
Right before a 1-0 pitch in like the top of the third, going up against like Willie Adames. It's like half to half, like something like Jesus, like the car wash, the like every single.
I hate it.
Yeah,
but it's different like coming from the fans. I think
it's more of a critique on American sports fans in general than it is like, whatever you want to call it.
First of all, hi Sophie, just going right through the background.
Just saw like Bigfoot captured.
Yeah. I was gonna say I think you heard it too because you was stomping through that.
You were
second
stomping. You can hear it.
Stomp the yard. Does she want to come on the podcast and discuss about the stomping? Liam, going back to what you said a couple moments ago, I haven't seen these. Is Detroit considering trading Tarek Skubal?
I've seen his name.
I am on my hands and knees.
I mean, I imagine they never would. It's probably like I don't know, like a
Godfather offer kind of deal.
Because like teams can ask, but like, why in their right mind would they move?
I was gonna say because who's a really good young pitcher with team control? Tarek Skubal. He's really really good. For those who may not, if you're not keeping up with your Detroit Tigers baseball, 3.5 ERA or so, 107 ERA plus. Maybe that has to do with the fact that that's not an amazing ERA in a great pitcher's park, but a 296 FIP. Kid has great swing and miss stuff. When that kid's on, when he's got, I know the fastball is kind of a concern with him here and there, but when that kid's on, he's really, really good. Southpaw pitcher for the Tigers. Really big fan of Tarek Skubal. And I would like to see him in Boston one day, which is actually a good segue because apparently rumor has it, MLB Trade Rumors reporting on this, multiple other outlets throwing this out there. The Miami Marlins are a fan of one Tristan Casas. The Miami Marlins are. I mean, he's a brick shithouse after all.
Yeah,
I'm a fan. I think we're all fans here. I think you listening would be a fan of Tristan Casas.
We hope you are. We hope you are.
Sure, you would know ball if you are. The Miami Marlins apparently do know ball because they like him, and they also like the idea of trading some of their many starting pitchers at this point. Not Sandy Alcantara, of course, but Marlins throwing out. I mean, you always see names this offseason, guys like Pablo Lopez or probably not Sixto, just because that guy's shoulder is barbecue chicken alert at this time. Like it's that poor guy.
Yeah, I don't know what his deal is.
Shoulder, elbow, something like that. But Edward Cabrera has been thrown out there. I'm sure you've seen Rogers here and there after his really good 2021 had a tough season this past year. I mean, for Tristan Casas, for any of those guys, I don't know what you think. I'd say no. As good as Pablo Lopez is, but
I saw somebody.
It's an interesting idea.
On Twitter, maybe it was today or yesterday, they proposed like Nick York and Rafaela for a guy like Cabrera, which like I don't know much about Cabrera in general. But hey, I'd do it.
So you want to talk about like a toolsy kind of a guy? He's a toolsy sort of a pitcher. He has nasty stuff. And when that guy's on, he is tough to hit. He's got like high 90s, like around 100 mile an hour with movement, like a ton of arm, side, tail, righty there. He's a big power pitcher. Very, very fun to watch when he's on.
So the thing with Casas is like we just suffered through several years of no first base production whatsoever. And that's not even a position. Like there's nobody to slot in there.
You just be Bobby Dahlbeck.
Like you're just creating another
back to square one
hole. Yeah. So I think, at least I know he's our top. Well, he's not our top. He's our second top prospect. But it's just like I think. I mean, how many? What did he play? Like 30 games, maybe, just about. Probably. Everything I saw, I still think the sky is the limit. Like that approach was so mature, so incredible for.
It's 197.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck him.
Walks a ton, as if that's a bad thing necessarily, Mr. Shaughnessy. Oh wow, our young hitter who could win Rookie of the Year in 2023. He's patient. He has a good eye. Oh no.
And he hits bombs. He hit a couple nukes. One off Cole that we all that's a fond memory. I just think, what's your sales pitch? Not that the fan base thinks highly of this front office anyway right now, but it's like that's the one thing you have going for you right now is that there's a couple really highly touted top prospects, and I think you would need to get such a stud back for people to not be pretty pissed in general.
Yeah. Again, Pablo Lopez, good pitcher, not a stud. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's a very good number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would need Casas to be part of like an ace, like this guy.
Like, we're getting Sandy.
Basically, I mean, I know it wouldn't be like one, but Casas would be the headliner. Is my
he'd be.
I wonder where the line would
be. Like Rizzo all over again.
I'm trying to think of like the. I'm trying to think of the best pitchers in baseball. Like obviously you do it for like a. I'm just trying to think of like an age appropriate like a Corbin Burns you would do it for, but like.
Would you do Casas for the kid on the Reds?
Oh, he's on the Mariners now, Castillo?
No. Yes,
Hunter Green?
Liam. Hunter Green, yeah.
Oh, Hunter Green. Here's the thing. Hunter Green has already had...
one. Would you do that?
Has Hunter Green already had 2 Tommy Johns? Here's the thing.
Oh, he's had 2? The Evaldi?
I think he may have. Here's the thing. Going back to like what you would propose there, Liam. Rafaela and York for Edward Cabrera. Cabrera, very high ceiling on him. He's got some nasty stuff. But anytime you're trading young positional players for young pitchers, it's kind of like you're kind of waiting for
position player every day.
Exactly, and you're kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop with like Tommy John at some point or some shoulder issues. Pitchers can have a really high ceiling nowadays, but it's also I feel like it comes with a lot of inherent risk. And to give up 2 of those guys for one prospect is kind of iffy. And then following up with what you said, Hunter Green, again, we saw what he could do. He took like a perfect game or a no-hitter.
Oh my God,
the 7th or 8th inning.
That 2-game series when the Reds were here in the summer, where we got Castillo and Green back-to-back days, and they looked amazing.
Yeah, right.
Hunter
Green's really, really good, but I also think Tristan Casas is going to be really, really good. And then you're talking a position player will play.
This is easier said than done, but I still think that the way the Cubs assembled that 16 team is
That's
is
how you
really
do it. You sign pitchers.
That is the recipe for success. The 2018 Red Sox did the same thing, really. I mean,
draft hitters, sign pitchers.
Yeah, I mean that's it. That's like not. Obviously that is an insane oversimplification of things, but
if I were the GM of the Red Sox, I would
seem...
simply draft MVP Chris Bryant or MVP Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts, Jesus.
Yeah.
Mookie Brett Boons.
But it works. I mean, I'm trying to think. These Astros are kind of the same thing. No, maybe the 17 Astros.
They also drafted a lot like their good pitchers too. Like I feel
like
in 17,
yeah.
Was it the same? No.
No. Charlie Morton. No, Verlander was a trade.
Verlander.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just think
they drafted Keuchel.
It's so much easier to just grab an old great pitcher than try to bank on a young kid turning into one, you know?
Well, the thing is, and I'm not the first person to have brought this up, the CBS Sports Fantasy Baseball podcast has mentioned this. It is almost like, it's kind of counterintuitive, but older pitchers almost have like less risk. Like, you know for a fact that someone...
Yes!
Like, no matter what, like, you know for a fact that Max Scherzer is at least going to give you like 170 innings. Like
especially now, I mean...
you know that Verlander will give you close to 200 innings.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I know there's only 3 guys that have really... And one is, a sex pervert in Bauer, Scherzer, and Verlander that have done the short-term big money kind of thing. But now that seems like that's a lane that you can do, because that's new, really, that's even a thing that exists. Like, really giving a guy the bag for a couple
for
years.
Like 2-3 years.
Yeah, I think that's a game changer as far as like teams that are right on the cusp, because it's you
short
don't have
money.
to kill...
It's off the book. It's off the book
yeah.
soon.
Yeah, I think it's.
Like,
I mean,
why...
I don't think the Red Sox won't be there for minimum 3 years, but it's a thing that exists, and you can do.
Jake,
now.
that would require giving someone more than $15 million a year. You see.
Yeah.
Why it seemed like the Orioles wasn't in on Verlander or Rodon just blows my mind.
Really?
Like, you're right up. It blows my mind.
I don't think they're right there. I don't.
I mean, I don't think they're right there.
I think they're right.
I
think they're right there to being right there.
A year away from being a year away.
Yeah.
Sure.
But no, really. I really do think that's, and also I think it's kind of a fool's errand for that team to go all in right now, because like.
But that's the thing. Like,
I think the rest of the division's all in right now, except the Red Sox.
On the flip side of that, I know what you mean there, Jake. But on the flip side of that, service clock has already started for Adley Rutschman. Service clock has already started for Gunnar. The service clock is going to start soon for Grayson. It's already started for DL Hall. They're not going to be getting any younger. At some point, you're going to have to pay Cedric Mullins. At some point, you're going to have, at some point, you're going to have to make your move. You're going to have to make your gambit.
He's still a free agent?
He is.
Yeah, he kind of sucked.
There you go.
For the Astros.
That'll be your first baseman if Cassis moves to Miami.
Yeah, right.
I like Trey Mancini though.
I do
too. He just not an inspiring second half of the year by him.
Yeah.
Speaking of uninspiring, I got a couple more names here on this list.
Oh yeah,
we're still going.
Is Plawecki actually on it?
He is. He's the last one on the list. So we
can you?
Touch on
Okay,
him
just
there's 2 more before him.
Before I forget the Plawecki thing, he is really bad. Like I know that. Like
great vibes. I love.
Yeah, great. He seems like a good dude, good teammate.
Not good at American baseball.
He fully sucks. He was so awful last year, and he does nothing well at this point. Like in 21, he hit a little bit, but his defense was horrible. And guess what? His defense was horrible in 22 as well, and he couldn't hit now. I mean, there's nothing there. There's nothing there.
Then his poor song got stolen by Phil.
What is that article's defense or presentation for him?
I mean, it's really like it's really a caveat. The writer really prefaces this one. He says
he has to pay the Red Sox organization.
Yeah.
For the privilege.
I mean, how is he selling us on this?
He says the assumption here is that Plawecki might have to take a minor league deal, and if that's the case,
that's not helping the team at all.
He says he and the Red Sox could be a good match. That's all I got. Other backup catchers in the market include old friend Sandy Leone, I'd take
Oh,
Robinson
God.
Chirinos
Shuttle K Kizzle,
over
though.
Pilecki.
That's the...
Roberto Perez and Luis Torrens.
I know that catchers famously are, probably the worst offensive position on the field, but it's like, maybe be a little good at defense if you're gonna like watching guys run on him kills me. It's so awful. So bad. And the Sox have several guys that have really slow windups too.
Pops up and winds up like a Looney Tunes character trying to fire over to second.
Yeah. I'll take
trying
the
to get
hardest,
Julio Rodriguez stealing.
the hardest of passes on that.
Do you think if Kevin Pilecki, and again, with all due respect to Kevin Pilecki, but this is going to sound mean, if Julio Rodriguez got a good jump on Kevin Pilecki, do you think Julio would be able to make it to third by the time the ball gets to second from Pilecki's hand?
Probably.
Do you think like he would just be able to turn right around and go to third?
I think Devers could do it.
Pujols, right? Yeah.
Ortiz, yeah, Big Poppy doing it.
Side note.
Remember when Benji Molina hit a triple at Fenway?
Oh my God! When he hit for the cycle, that's insane.
iconic moment.
Just into the triangle.
Where were you?
Some of my favorite Ortiz moments are fast and limber David Ortiz. You saw it like if you like take like a hard slide into second, like he just kind of just throws his body weight to the ground. Remember when he almost got in the fight with buddy on the fucking Rays pitcher? Who was
Archer?
it? Who did you try to fight? Yes, was it Chris Archer?
Well, they always had beef. I don't know if it was him
Yeah,
you're talking
he
about.
was-
No. It was the guy on the guy on the Orioles. Excuse me. When he popped.
Kevin Gregg.
Yes, yeah.
And the fight
Oh,
they
yeah.
all-
Ortiz,
they
the
left
way
on
he
every
runs at
punch.
it, like obviously you can't see it. It's an audio
I'll
podcast.
give
but
Ortiz
the
a
way
little
he
credit.
goes at him,
He was good at the pop-up slide, and then you have somebody like Devers who, whenever he slides, he just sits there for several minutes. You know?
and looks over to the dugout. Just
Yeah, he
blank.
just. I think that's one of the funniest. Like, I don't know if he's in on the joke or anything, but
It's a
it is.
great
He
bit.
does it every time his body hits the ground. He stays there for at least 60 seconds.
It's like the dramatic chipmunk or what animal is like the da da da. Like
It's
it's
a squirrel, I think, right?
I don't think it's a squirrel.
Oh,
Is it a groundhog?
It might be a groundhog.
yeah, it might be a groundhog. Yeah.
Keep talking. I'm gonna find out what it is.
Ortiz always moved better than I would have expected from a man of that
Same.
stature.
I will say, towards the end of his career in video games, when they would put his speed as 0, I was always highly offended.
Well,
I was
yeah,
like,
that's
he's-
not he. There's
like, I don't know,
slower
he's like-
guys. There's
he's
slower
like
guys. Than him.
20 or 25 speed,
Yeah.
maybe. Not
I mean, even when
0.
he was running on his stumps when his feet didn't
Yeah,
work in
he was-
the 2016 season, he was hitting. He hit like 40 doubles that year.
like
You don't
40,
get that.
45
You don't get
doubles.
40 doubles being a 0 at speed.
Fellas, major update here on the dramatic animal here. So it's commonly referred to as the dramatic chipmunk. Okay, it's this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who doesn't know that internet classic, right? Of course. I maybe I'll splice it in to actually make the sound like it's not going through a microphone. So it's a dramatic chipmunk. It's a 5-second clip of a prairie dog. It's actually a prairie dog.
Oh, wow.
So they named it but the name of the chipmunk, it just stuck, you know? So my apologies to that prairie dog. I thought it was a chipmunk. Jake thought it was a squirrel.
Are they? I mean, they must.
Is that
all be
what
in the same
Timon
family,
is?
right?
In the
Timon,
light?
no, he's a meerkat.
Oh fuck! You're right. That's so.
I mean, they
amazing.
have to all be related, right?
Is there a famous prairie dog? The only time you ever hear prairie dogs and people say they're like,
I was gonna say,
they have to, like when they have to poop, I'm prairie dogging. That's all you. Like, where do they even live? What's their natural habitat? Prairies, I imagine.
The Midwest.
Yeah.
Prairie dog. Prairie dogs, genus Cynomys, are
Sure.
herbivorous burrowing ground. I apologize to Jake. Burrowing ground squirrels, native to the grasslands of North America.
Oh, in the family. All right.
So it's a type of ground squirrel, a little bit different. So Jake was right after all. I apologize
Okay.
to him.
In
I'll
a
own that.
roundabout sort of way.
Within the genus are the 5 species: black-tailed, white-tailed, Gunnison's. Liam could write the book on Gunnison's prairie dogs, of course. Utah and Mexican prairie dogs. In Mexico, the prairie dogs are found primarily in the northern states, which lie at the southern end of the Great Plains, of course. Northeastern Sonora, northern Nuevo Leon, things like that. In the U.S., they range primarily
things of that nature.
Yeah, right. Yeah, crab rangoons, Max Kellerman. Yeah. In the U.S., they range primarily, I'm sure there's exceptions, but primarily to the west of the Mississippi River, though they have also been introduced in a few eastern locales.
Interesting.
How about that? They're also found in the Canadian prairies. There you go. Despite the name, they are not actual canines. Prairie dogs, along with marmots, chipmunks, and several.
Wait! I'm so sorry. Should we talk about Kluber? That was after last episode.
Yeah, when I'm done with this point here. Several other basal genera belong to the ground squirrels, part of the larger squirrel family. They're considered a keystone species, with their mounds often being used by other species. So that's a little...
mounds?
They're mounds.
Like...
M-O-U-N-D-S.
Like their hole they build? Is that what a mound is?
Their home.
There's no blue link to mounds, so I don't know what they're referring to.
Okay.
Do you guys ever remember that? I don't know if it was a Discovery Channel show or an Animal Planet show, but it was Meerkat Manor.
Yes. Yes.
It's just, that shit killed me.
Yeah.
It was like a reality show, but they were meerkats.
Yeah, and there was like adultery and stuff.
There was. It was.
Yeah, I remember it.
A lot of plot lines.
Yeah.
Speaking of animal adultery, I mean, you can't talk about animal adultery without that video of the penguin cucking the other penguin. Do you remember when that hit the timeline a couple years ago?
So
what an all-time night!
It was like gruesome.
Yeah, they're like pecking each other. Like the guy getting cucked was alphaed by the cucker, and like then he started
and they like took his home too, didn't he?
Basically, yeah, just destroyed that man's life. That poor penguin. That poor penguin. So anyway, that's prairie dogs.
Yeah.
One more name from this list, and I'll wrap this article up. Yeah. This one, it's less offensive because he's a good vibes guy, but I think he'd be absolutely useless on the field. Brett Phillips, center fielder.
No.
Yeah, I'm passing on that too. Great for vibes.
It tracks with my goofs theory, so I think I have to stick with it. I think you give him the Bogarts contract. I think you give him 11 years.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
He had that crazy play in the World Series, mind you. I'll have you know.
That's right.
Double ear flap batting helmet guy. That's a rare species nowadays. Not as definitely more rare than the prairie dog.
Probably, most likely.
Corey Kluber's a Boston Red Sox. That's pretty cool.
I'm about it.
I like it.
I think it's a good move.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and I mentioned this on Twitter. Like all of these moves that the Red Sox are making in a vacuum,
yes, they're all
make sense.
Pretty good. Yeah.
I'm gonna miss Nate Eovaldi, and maybe we could wrap up with some Eovaldi memories, I think, because he certainly deserves it. But like Jansen coming in to be a high leverage guy makes sense. Martin and Jolie to shore up the rest of the bullpen. God knows they needed it after last year. Turner being a guy who can take, give Rafi a rest day at third, platoon a bit at first, or DH. Again, all these things in a vacuum make sense, but it does seem like, these are just, Band-Aids on larger wounds going forward for the long-term diagnosis of the team. Corey Kluber is the same deal. Again, it's a short-term deal. This is all this team is doing this offseason, just 2 or 3 year deals. That's all it seems like. But again, in a vacuum, I don't hate the move. See maybe what he has. He's an older guy at this point too, but he can eat you a good amount of innings, get it over to the new and improved bullpen, hopefully with the lead, and go from there. If he can give you 5 and change 6 innings every night, you'll absolutely take that.
Well. Yeah,
thank you, Jake.
The thing with all these moves is like they're really good if you got a great core,
Yeah, that's it. There's no long term.
And the thing that is Fitz is we don't have that.
Right.
We did, but now we don't.
Yeah. Again, I don't want to keep belaboring this point, Liam, but I'm sure you agree. It's again, it still just feels like there is no direction, and I appreciate the effort to at least try to address the things that need addressing. Like you still need to figure out the shortstop situation, whether it's Arroyo or Story, whoever it is, right? just long term, it's still a dire situation for this team. But again, in a vacuum, I don't hate the move to bring on Corey Kluber. It's just the larger, the big picture here, the macro picture is still bleak.
Yeah, the meal that they're cooking. I mean, I don't even know what it's going to turn out to be.
It's like the meal that they're making. I'm really winging this this metaphor here. You're gonna have to try to gas me up here a little bit on this. They're making microwave Eggo waffles when they could very easily just be doing the homemade batter themselves. Getting out the Belgian waffle maker.
It's not that much more work.
It really isn't. You just have to act serious and be responsible. Then you can have some even better waffles.
Can I say something really stupid?
Is it another waffle based comparison?
I think this sounds dumb because probably every team or many teams are like this, but it feels like the Boston Red Sox are like a blockbuster trade away from being like a pretty good team. But what is that trade? What is that? I don't know. But I think they have the prospect. Well, like that Willy Adames and Yelich for whatever. I think they're pretty good if that trade happens.
That was a fun one.
I liked that one.
Yeah, if you throw Brandon Woodruff in there, because Brandon Woodruff's going to turn 30 years old one day, Liam. So his value goes right down the toilet.
True. You got to prepare for that.
Yeah, right. You throw in, I don't know. I was going to say Trey Ball as a joke. But the point is that whole trade calculator website, I think we said it on the show.
Oh, the people love that website.
It stinks! Oh, God forbid that this player gets paid more than $5 million. He has no value once he gets the bag. Mike Trout, one of the best players we've ever seen. He's over 30 years old. I don't know. Maybe he's bad. I just think it's a little skewed one way and the other. But in any event, yeah, that would have been a fun hypothetical there. The Yelich and Adames for your grab bag of prospects sort of deal. But yeah, Corey Kluber, he's cool.
Evaldi.
Yeah, do we want to get into some Nate Dogg
Yeah,
appreciation?
love Nate, adore Nate. I don't know. That velocity drop is scary, man. I'm really not. I
understand why they didn't offer him. It's just sentimentally, I'm gonna miss him. But
he was getting
the velo did dip.
Yeah, dipped a
lot. That one outing against the Astros.
That was
that was really tough.
That was like sad to watch. Yeah, that was.
We thought we were on like the up and up too. It was like early June.
Yeah, I mean, there's who knows? Maybe he reinvents himself, but he doesn't seem like he's that kind of guy that can do that. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and he has another fruitful few years.
I mean, you're gonna have to get creative with it, but like he's always been like a competitive enough of a pitcher where he's gonna pound the strike zone, and still make some bats miss and still be effective. Now, can he do that if the velocity dips off a bit? I'm not sure. His ex-WOBA per Savant is 30th percentile, 6th percentile in barrel rate. When he was when he was getting squared up, he was getting squared up.
6th percentile in barrel rate?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
Brother.
Really? Again,
that Rangers rotation could be one of the worst disasters ever. It could also be quite good.
Could be really good. Again, Evaldi, he's always going to pound the strike zone.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't know.
Three guys on base.
Like I don't know if he has if that velo really is gone.
To get away with that, you'll see.
Yeah.
So maybe he learns from one Jacob deGrom. Who's to say? That is if Jacob deGrom stays healthy himself. But no,
Evaldi though, Red Sox Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Honestly, yes. I think
give him the red jacket.
Yeah,
that's
10,
right?
15 years from now, 10 years from now, yes.
Yeah.
100%. I think so.
I think that's an easy one.
For the price of. Do you remember?
I mean, I would have said yes even before 2021. Honestly,
just based on the 18 run.
Yeah, but the wild card
I think
game,
21 solidified it. Yeah.
Yeah, that wild card game, he was
our
fucking
ace.
Nails in that wild card game.
He's going to be that
good
guy.
in 2021.
Like you maybe don't think about him for a little bit, like when you take your kid to Fenway and however many years, and they do like the Red Sox legend thing, and it starts showing Eovaldi highlights, and you go, oh, I remember. Oh, there's Nate. Oh,
No, I think he has more of a legacy than that.
Yeah, I mean, game
You
3.
think so?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I
Stuff
mean,
with
that's
legends
lore.
with him.
yeah, that was and also
I mean, hey, that'd be
think-
good for him. That'd be great for him if it was more than that. You know what I mean? If he was instantly recognizable like that.
I mean, he's probably. I think he has more of a Red Sox legacy than every pitch. He might have the biggest legacy of any pitcher on that roster. Dare I say?
From
You,
18?
you think so?
Yeah, I think I do. I think I do say so. Yeah, and I
I
don't.
mean, even in that own World Series, like David Price was also
that's what I'm
massive,
thinking
too.
of. But even I mean, you look at Sale, who's either hasn't pitched in the playoffs or been like pretty mediocre every time. Price was good in that playoffs, but I think the rest of the stuff kind of sours it for a lot of people. Like I think there's just too much baggage there.
Doesn't for me personally.
No, me either.
so
But I just
not-
that's a
holds
very
David
that's a
Price.
very
He
complicated.
holds the cards, baby.
Porcello, I don't know. I love Rick, but I don't like.
Yeah.
One of the goofier, like, just to look back on, and then who?
Hey, I'll have you know that Craig Kimbrell did not blow any saves in 2018.
Yeah,
all right?
I mean,
he
fuck
was
that.
lights out.
And
He was
then,
automatic.
Eddie, I don't know. Nothing.
I just
really
remember
emotional.
Ed giving up the home run to Puig and
Yeah, throwing his
slamming
glove.
his glove down.
Oh
that was
god,
pretty
that was
cool.
that was the lowest I
Yeah,
felt.
you know what? I think Eovaldi will be looked upon as he has the greatest Red Sox legacy of all the pitchers on that 18 roster. Yeah, I'm ready
I
to.
think
I'll put-
I don't hate that take. All
No.
for the price of Jalen Beeks, man.
that's right.
That's
Just
right.
had to give up Jalen Cheeks.
Brutal for Nate that he hit free agency a year, like had he hit it
Yeah, if
coming
he-
off 21, he would have been
He would have
given
been
the
in the
I mean,
bag.
he was like we'd be like one of the 5 best starters on the market if it was after 21.
He finished 4th in Cy Young that year.
Yeah, he would have been. I
was
mean, my
4th?
goodness.
He was
I knew it
He
was
was
good. It was
really
fourth.
He
He
was
was really good.
really
he was
fucking good.
No, he was
in
excellent
21.
in 21. Yes,
But
I didn't
the
know it was
ERA
fourth though.
Yeah, no, if you look at the ERA, you're like, meh. I think it was like 3.7 or something like that. But all the other numbers are insane.
No, yeah, he was great. Again,
He deserved. He should have been like Big Game Nate. That really should have been his nickname.
He really was.
He
That
lived
dude
up to
fucking
it.
showed up when the lights were bright.
I'm gonna miss those grunts of his when he
What games did he pitch in the ALCS in 21? I'm gonna pull that up. 'Cause
after
I
every
know-
single
I know,
pitch is hurt.
I don't think he started a game.
I know he
Didn't he come in
started-
relief
He
several
started
times?
game 6. He came in relief in game 4.
Game 6?
Yeah.
Oh,
he-
of 21? Of 21?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were referring to 18. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, 18. Just the fact that he basically came to Cora and was like, "Hey, do whatever the fuck you want with me. Like, I will do anything you ask." That's so awesome. Him and Porcello kind of did that, but even so, I mean, Nate pumping 102 by Bregman.
Yeah, after the whole Instagram
after
thing.
the Instagram thing.
After
Yeah,
the, I mean, obviously the relief appearance in Game 3. I don't know. I love that dude, and it sucks
Yeah.
that the velo did fall off the way it was because I do agree that I think it is the right call to just say, Nate, thank you for everything.
Doors always open, going forward.
Yeah, and we love him, and we're gonna miss him. And folks, that's Nasty Nate.
Nate's got the freeze,
Yeah,
and that's enough at the regulator, man.
That relief appearance in game 3 really skews his numbers from that series, but he was the winner in game 2. He was the loser in game 6, but he only gave up, I think it was like 2 earned runs. No, 1 earned run in 4 1/3.
Yeah.
So, dude shoved.
I remember
miss
game 3 was.
Game 3, he should have had that cold strike.
I was talking game 3 and 18, but yeah, was it last
Oh,
year?
I was there.
Yeah.
I was there, and that was not fun.
Yeah, I'm just talking Game 3, 18. I should have specified. Game 3, 18, just because, this is the time to reflect on that because of Evaldi. I remember I was working some cube desk monkey job right out of college, just for some telecom company, just doing typical busy work bullshit in an office. I hated that job, but I remember that was a Friday night. Following the game along late on a Friday night on my phone with like 5 other people in this big office. I had to work later that night, and all my friends being like 5-10 minutes away at this bar down the street in Quincy. And I remember I had like the Uber already like scheduled out, like ready to go to come pick me up from the office, because this was late in the game. It was like probably the 7th inning at that point. Sox were losing at that point, weren't they? I don't think.
Yeah, JBJ hit a game-tying home run off.
So I had gotten to the bar like probably like 5-10 minutes like on the other end of it before that home run. So I did see that. But I remember saying to the Uber driver, I was like, "Can I like tip you a little bit? Like don't aggressively speed here." Speed a little bit. Like if the speed limit's like a 25, you can do like a 40, right? Can you do a 40 down? Just
don't get caught.
Down the way here. Can you do that? He did step on it a little bit. Got in and saw the next couple of innings. Saw the Kinsler fuck up. Remember that? Oh no. I think I saw the Kinsler fuck up was later in the game. I saw the fuck up.
The Kinsler fuck up, I want to say, was like the 15th.
Yeah, no, I saw the fuck up that Brock Holden. So late in the game, like to see.
Well, no, that was the same inning. It was the same inning. Yeah, because the Holt scored the run in the top of the whatever.
So maybe
15th.
I saw both at the bar. Maybe I was right.
And then Kinsler, and we were like, "Oh, great, that's it." And then they hit the grounder.
Over.
Yep. And
the bar was about to close, and I had to Uber back. I was like, all right, I know my dad's
sorry, not that obviously it didn't matter in we won the World Series. That Kinsler play is so insane for so many reasons. Like, just eat it.
If you had taken one more second.
He threw it that ball, and whoever hit it was like stepping on first base. Like it was, and then like it wasn't. And he threw like. This is a podcast, so you can't see what I just did, but whatever. And then Brock Holt got to start the last 2 games, so it was okay.
True, we do love Brock.
Eduardo Nunez
I was of the mind that Holt probably should have never not started in those playoffs. But again, it didn't matter, and we won the World Series anyway.
In spite of Ian Kinsler.
Thoughts on that?
Red Sox Hall of Famer.
Kinsler should have only been a defensive replacement.
I don't
still worked
think
out.
of him
It was
as
okay.
like.
Yeah, it worked out. He was really bad.
Should he have been a defensive replacement? He didn't set his feet, thrown over the first.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it would have been better. Well, what was Holt? Where were they both?
Good.
Was Holt playing third? How were they both in that game?
I'm gonna pull it up. He did win a Gold Glove that year, which is actually hilarious.
No, Eduardo Nunez had died on the field. That's what had happened.
That's right. That was just a wild game.
I'm gonna cut that one too.
Who was our fourth outfielder that year? Oh, it was JD, right?
Yeah,
technically. Silver Slugger out in the outfield, JD to you.
Yeah, what a team, huh?
Feels like yesterday. At this point, it doesn't. I feel washed thinking about the 2018 Red Sox. That now
feels like a lifetime.
It really does feel like
now.
yesterday to me.
Oh God, got a whole ass fucking pandemic in between then and now.
Yeah.
The fact that the 2013 team is coming up on their 10th year.
Oh my, don't even.
Makes me feel super.
That's crazy.
Super old.
We're washed, man.
All right, well, that's all I have. Fellas.
We're washed. We're washed, and it's Jover.
Yeah.
Okay, so here I'll break it down for you, Jake. So Brock started at second base.
Oh.
Eventually he went to left field, then to right field, then to left field again. Because JD was starting in left.
Oh yeah, they kept whenever they
went to left field,
moving that.
And Kinsler pinch ran for JD at one point, which is why he eventually, I guess, took second base because then they
Yeah, they
'cause
were
then Brock
doing
was in the
that. They were
outfield.
doing the thing you do in like Sandlot baseball, where you have your worst outfielder and you like move them to the opposite side whenever a batter cut. They were doing that in a major league game.
Well, he did lose a ball in the lights in the clinching game.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
that.
like I think if I remember correctly, they literally were having JD like run and whoever was playing the other corner like run and switch with each other like whenever the batter
Just doing
would
some
change.
cardio.
Yeah,
You guys will never guess who got an at bat in that game.
Nate Eovaldi.
I didn't even.
Well, Nate
I
Eovaldi
didn't-
got multiple, obviously, but
No. I'm just like,
for the Red Sox,
yeah. I didn't even know he was on the playoff roster. To be completely honest with you.
Oh gosh.
I'm Tony.
Well,
Renda.
it wasn't Drew Pomeranz. I can tell you that.
It was not Drew Pomeranz.
It's not. It was not.
Tony
Give us a
Renda.
hint.
I feel like a hint would just give it away. It's
Oh,
no one
fuck.
you guys are ever gonna guess.
No. I know this whole team.
Yeah. Let me think.
Switch hitter,
Sandy.
fringe 20. Well, Sandy did get an at bat. He got two actually.
Oh, two whole at bats.
Wait, wasn't Vaz playing first by the end of this game or third? Didn't he get?
He was playing first by the end of the game.
Yeah, that's right. This game was a fucking. Oh my god. Oh gosh.
Should we
I
do
don't
a
know.
live stream like we sit down and watch
Oh,
that
we
entire
should
game?
watch that.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good.
Who is it, Liam? Who is it?
Blake Swihart,
Oh my god!
He was on the playoff roster.
which I had no idea. That was
Wow.
hilarious.
Did somebody get hurt in the World Series? How was he on the roster?
I couldn't tell you.
Someone had. to
I was
have
on the
gotten
right track with Sandy, catcher.
But he pinch hit for Erod, and that was his one at bat in the game.
hurt. Oh my god.
Then Benny
Wow.
had an at bat. Benny only had one at bat in that game. Man, he really missed a lot.
Yeah, long night.
He pinch hit for Barnes at some point.
He's just the cat meme in like the 17th inning. He's just the cat meme with the overalls. Like the fuck they doing over there? Like,
Fitz is big on his internet memes today. He's
That's
really
right.
feeling
That's
it.
a good-
chipmunks,
one.
cats. Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
It's Jover.
Where did it all go wrong, huh?
What a night.
Remember when times were good?
Yeah.
How's everyone's holiday?
It
was good.
Fine. Yeah.
Good time.
What was the best thing you got?
Oh, I got some Celtics tickets
Hell yeah, who they
for my
playing?
sisters, so that was nice. Playing the Sixers. It's in February,
Ooh.
so looking forward to that.
Nice, yeah. I got some Johns.
Johns.
Yeah.
Have they been posting on Instagram?
Not yet, no.
Oh,
You gotta spread them
get
all
there.
through the year. Can't.
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
right. You can't post them all at once. You gotta
Exactly,
highlight
right.
each individual John.
No.
That's right. We got a Switch.
Oh, you did?
Ooh,
We did. I thought I told you.
No, do you have online?
I think you did tell
Yep,
us.
got
but I
Mario
forgot.
Kart.
Text me your friend code.
I will.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
we should all be friends on Switch.
Liam, you don't even
that-
play it. You said that yesterday.
I know that's true.
But do you have it?
I do.
Do you have Mario Kart?
No, I need to get it.
Get Mario Kart.
Do you have the DLC for Mario Kart Fits?
I do. So I got like the N64 stuff there too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, you got the yeah. Nice.
Yeah, the big boy. It's almost $50 for the whole year. That's what I pay for PS Plus too. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's fine.
All right.
Odyssey's
yeah,
fucking awesome, by the way. Mario Odyssey. It's
Yeah.
such a super fun game. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it.
Hopefully, some action happens next couple days.
Yeah, right. It would
Oh,
be nice to
Devers arbitration.
Whatever.
talk to you guys next
the,
week.
The bare minimum.
Go Sox.
This has been Pot on Lansdowne.
Go Sox, baby.